Hi guys, welcome back into Vlog with a Dog, vlog number 57. I just checked, 57 vlogs, and Vlog with a Dog is still going. The dog is actually still here, but I'm not relying on it to stay. Are you gonna stay? She's agitated because Mum's in the kitchen, and as I've said before, kitchen, food, put the two together and you usually get the beagle there. I'll bring her over to say hello to her. She's got a little wound on her head at the moment. Don't know whether you've noticed before in other videos, she has little fleshy growth on her forehead, and she managed, it's fine, there's nothing cancerous or anything like that, but the vet's checked it over. Problem is, every once in a while she will knock it off. And that's what she did, so that's been bleeding. She's also full of cold, you can see her eyes running. And I don't know if colds can pass from one species to another. But if it can, then I'll blame myself. She's probably caught it off me because I've been loaded with cold for the last few days. And that's why I've not put up a video. And that's probably why my skin's so bad at the minute as well, because whenever I get sick, I get horrible spots. So, excuse that. So, yeah, and excuse me if I cough or I need to take a drink because my throat's really bad and my cough and everything. So. As that's actually supposed to be out this afternoon, but I'm like, no. I was out shopping yesterday and I thought I really don't want to be out again today because I just want to rest and get it out of my system, which is a shame because it's beautiful out there. It's lovely and sunny. My neighbours are out in the next door in the garden, so if you can hear talking and things in the background, that'll be them, or it'll be my mum talking to herself in the kitchen. No, talking to the cats in the kitchen, because that happens a lot. I had something I wanted to talk about in this vlog, but it was an interesting subject and my mind is really foggy, so I think I'll leave that and talk about it in the next vlog when I'm feeling a little bit, well, less like I've been dragged through a hedge backwards twice. Yeah, I'll talk about that next time, so that I need to do something a bit more light-hearted, a bit more fun, that I don't really have to think about too much. So what I've done is I've made up a tag, my own tag. Feel free to do it if you like. You know, never done this one type of thing before. I've always done other people's tags, but yes, I've made up a tag for this video and I've called it 5 up for there. Yeah, I can't blame that on the cold. I'm always tripping over my words. My brain is always several sentences ahead of my mouth, so this happens all the time. 5 obscure facts tag. That's what I've called it, 5 obscure facts. And it's just random facts about me that I don't think I've ever mentioned before. Just obscure stuff, you know, you get the idea. She's got the idea. I really should be doing that. I don't get to stay in bed. I just don't. Wish I did. Okay, number 1. When I was a child, I met Roald Dahl. I did. He came to my school when I was a kid. Roald Dahl, who, if you don't know who he is, where have you been? Living under a rock? Roald Dahl wrote Charlie and the Chocolate Factory and Matilda, and he is, along with C.S. Lewis, one of the greatest children's writers ever. Roald Dahl, great man, and he was exactly how you see him when you see pictures of him or film footage of him. He was wearing a tweed jacket and tweed trousers, and he had like a balding head and a stick. He was fantastic, and I remember thinking, but he's an old guy, he's an old man, how boring. And then he opened his mouth and began to speak, and we were all entranced by this man. He was not an old man, he was a child in an old man's body. He was an amazing guy. So that's fact number 1. I met Roald Dahl when I was a kid. Number 2, in 2001, I went to a Star Trek convention. I did. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this before. I went to a proper Star Trek convention in Blackpool, Lancashire, England, back in the summer of 2001. It was a lot of fun. It was right after Star Trek Voyager was about to air its last ever episode, and it was called the Voyager Returns Convention, and most of the Star Trek Voyager cast were there, and if you're not Star Trek fans, this won't mean anything, but most of the Star Trek Voyager cast were there, and Patrick Stewart, who plays Jean-Luc Picard, arrived there, who was a surprise guest we didn't know, and it was the first time 2 captains had been on a stage together in England, I think it was in the UK, it might have been ever, no, it was in the UK, and it was Kate Mulgrew, Liz Janeway and Patrick Stewart on the stage, and it was just the most awesome weekend. And you're probably thinking what a geek she is. I hold my hands up, I am a sci-fi geek, and I got Kate Mulgrew's autograph. Unfortunately not Patrick's, because he couldn't stay around. He just came on the stage, went, "Hello, I used to holiday here," and then he left. But yeah, that was a great weekend. I wore a comm badge, the little Star Trek comm badge. I didn't get dressed up as anything, I just wore the comm badge, but I did hang out with a few Klingons and Borg. It was a great weekend. I used to have pet eggs when I was a kid. I had pet eggs. I also had a dog. I got my first dog when I was 7, but I used to like carrying hard-boiled eggs around. And I gave them names like Egbert and Egmund and Egwina. Egwin. Yeah. I was a very creative child. Very imaginative. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted more than one pet, you know. Yeah. I also had a pet, what was it? Like a little grub thing, you know, the ones you put on the end of fishing rods and go fishing with. Yeah, I nicked it off my friend's dad who was going fishing. My mum made me throw him away because he smelled awful. But there's an extra little odd fact. But yeah, I used to have pet eggs. Number 4, I have more phobias than fingers on my right hand. Or my left hand, because same amount of fingers. That's not a random obscure fact, that's just a fact. Yeah, I have a lot of phobias, like lots of phobias. I've got the traditional ones like spiders. Actually, it could be more than I have on 2 hands actually. I have fears of spiders and dentists, which, well, most UK people are afraid of the dentist, let's face it. Yeah, fears of spiders and dentists, but then I have the weirder ones like fears of balloons and party poppers and hairdressers. What else? Escalators. Don't like escalators. Yeah, the needles. Not injection needles. I mean like sewing needles. I'm afraid of sewing needles. They freak me out. But not the injection ones actually. I have tattoos, so I'm fine with those type needles, but the needles that you go sew with, I have nightmares about them. I dream that I'm swallowing them. Yeah, I think it's when I was a child I used to watch my mum sewing things, and she used to hold the needle in her teeth while she was like doing something and then start sewing again, and I just have this thing about swallowing needles. Yeah, so I have a lot of fears of phobias and stuff. And the last one, number 5, is my skin allergies. I have a lot of skin allergies, like odd ones. I think I'm actually allergic to the makeup I've been using, the foundation, because my nose itches, and you see me in a lot of my videos doing this, but I won't switch my makeup because I only use cruelty-free companies that don't test on animals, which I'll talk about in a vlog at some point. And in my town, this is the only one I can get that's a cruelty-free company, so I deal with the itching. It does wear off after a while. It's only for the first like half an hour that I put it on, and then it's fine. But I have that. I'm also allergic to tea tree. I remember getting some to treat my skin, you know, when, like I say, I get spots a lot, and it burns my skin. But the most unusual one is actually quite a rare one that I have had a lot of stick about actually, especially when I was at work. I had a lot of interest in this one. I actually have a skin allergy to water, and there's a name for that. If you want to Google it, this is what it's called. I can't pronounce it, so I've brought it up on my phone. It is called...
From an extremely rare skin condition called aquagenic urticaria.
Aquagenic urticaria, it's called. I have it very mild. There are people who as soon as the skin comes in contact with water, it will start to blister and get really nasty lesions. Mine doesn't do that, but when I come in contact with water, my skin will go red. If you watch back a number of vlogs ago, I did a vlog where I was out in the rain, and you can see how red my face is. My skin goes red and gets pins and needles. When I wash my hair, my scalp will get pins and needles, and you can't see the scalp going red, but my face goes red. When I'm in the shower, my body will, when I get out of the shower, it's fine when I'm in the shower, but when I get out of the shower, my skin starts to go blotchy, and I'll feel like I've got pins and needles all over, and it will start to warm. It gets a warm sensation, but the most painful part is the palms of my hands and the soles of my feet burn, really painfully burn. I have cream that I use, so I have to carry that around with me, because obviously if I'm out and about and I go to the bathroom or do whatever and I have to go wash my hands while I'm out, I have to put the cream on immediately, because that takes the edge off it, but it doesn't stop it altogether. There's my mum coming in now. I'm doing my vlog, ma'am. Yeah, it burns, and what you'll see is my hands go bright red and then get white blotches on. So the palms of my hand will be red, white, blotchy, and burns unbelievably. She's just grabbing a magazine. And it's done that since I was a child. And I can remember whenever I've been in the bath, I couldn't put my feet on the carpet because I can't touch anything. Not until I put the cream on and it starts to dissipate. It's too painful to touch things. So I used to walk around on my heels when Mum would get me out of the bath, and she used to laugh at me, but it wasn't nice. I used to walk around on my heels because I couldn't have my feet touching the floor until I creamed up my feet. So the soles of my feet and the palms of my hand. The rest of my body, it's just kind of a warm sensation with tingly, and I get red, but the palms of my hand will go blotchy and white and red and burn, really burn, so I have to put cream on them. And so it makes going out in the rain fun. I remember one person saying, why don't you wear rubber gloves? Yeah, because that'll look good, me walking around with rubber gloves on one. They'll think I'm going out to commit a crime or something. So I try and keep my hands in my pockets, and I carry cream, and I just constantly put cream on. Generally I try and avoid going out in the rain, but you can't always do that. So yeah, that's a random fact. I actually have that. Yeah, my phone just said. You can look that up. I'm very, very lucky that I only have it mild, because if you look it up, if you actually research that on the internet, people suffer horribly from it. But I'm able to take baths and showers. It's just, I'm fine while I'm in the water. I get out and then I start to feel it, and I have to put lots of cream on. But that's a thing. There's my 5 obscure facts. 5 obscure facts. So if you want to do the tag, that'd be great. I'd like to see you do it. Let me know. Sorry it wasn't like more involved. Like I said, there's something I'd really like to talk about that I've been reading about, and I really want to talk about that, but my brain's all messed up with germs. You gonna say bye? No, I mean, there's no timer on the screen that I can see, so I have no idea how long this has been recording. I'm going to try and do a doll video later on, because there's a doll tag going around that I really want to do. So thank you very much for checking in, and do comment, like and subscribe. Try and comment. I don't know what's going on with YouTube, but the comments are still disappearing. Occasionally, not as badly as they were. And yeah, I'll see you all really, really soon. Bye.